So we are going to see about the materials. So everything in the universe is made up of matters. We know that. So everything in this universe is made up of matters. So what is a matter? So we need to explore many different materials to make sense of our world. So you should know what is a matter. So the matter from which a thing is made of. So the matter is nothing but from which a thing is made of is called as a material. So for example, you can see a chair. Okay, I want to make a wooden chair. So for the wooden chair, if I want to make, doesn't matter. So what I need for making a wooden chair? I need a material. So for a wooden chair, first of all I need the main source of the wooden chair is, or main material of the wooden chair will be wood. So if I have wood, I can make a wooden chair. So suppose if I want to make a plastic chair, then my material is not wood there. That time I need, for making a plastic chair, I need a material plastic material I need. So if I get a plastic material, then I will be able to make a plastic chair. So if I have wood, I can make a wood chair. Same way, example we can say eraser. To make eraser, we are using eraser in our life for writing, right? So if I want to make an eraser, what I have to have, the main source should be a rubber. So rubber we'll get from tree, but the main source there, I don't want a wood to make a eraser, but I want the main material is a rubber. So with the help of rubber, I can make an eraser. Same way for candle. If I want to make a candle, there I need a wax. Wax as a material. Without wax, I can't make a candle. With wood, I can't make a candle. So I need a material, there, wax. So similar way, in our universe, all, for everything, whatever we are having, whatever we are using in our day-to-day life, we need materials to make a particular thing. As we saw in this example, to make a chair I need wood, or a plastic chair I need plastic. For eraser I need rubber, and for candle I need wax. This is an example. For our life we are using many things. For all that we need some material to make the particular thing. So here we are going to see the properties of materials. So we can measure, see or feel the materials. So we can measure a material. If I want to make a chair, I can measure and particular size, height, weight, all I can make for the particular chair. And I can see that material. And I can feel the material, because I will sit in the chair, I can feel the material. If I am using a rubber, I am feeling the rubber. I can see the rubber material. For rubber or erasing, if I am using, I can see the eraser. I can feel the eraser. You can see the size will be small, bigger. So different types of materials have different properties. That make them useful for various purposes. So there are different materials. As I said, wood is a material. Then we saw about the rubber. We saw about the wax. So these three are a different material. And I told about the plastic also. All these are the different materials. We are not making a particular thing or different thing from a same material. We are using, for a chair, to make a chair, we are using the different material. For making a rubber, we are using eraser, we are using a different material. So we need more materials, or we are using a different types of materials. So all the materials what we are using, each will have its own properties. So if we see the wax we are using for candle, the wax, what it will happen, the wax will melt. So it is having a different properties, right? Whereas if you have wood, light will not pass on the wood. So it is having some different properties. So all the different types of materials will have different properties. So that only we are going to see in this properties of materials. So most materials have more than one property. Even if we are using a one material, it will have 2 or 3 properties. One or more than one properties it will have. Okay. Then they can be hard, soft, shine or dull, smooth or rough, or flexible or rich. So here we are going to see this only, whether the material will have, it can be hard or soft, or it can be shiny, or it can be dull. Okay, then it will be smooth or rough. The materials what we are using may be smooth or rough, or it is flexible or rich. First, here we are going to see about hard and soft materials. So what is a hard materials? So materials which cannot be easily compressed, or it cannot be cut or bent or scratched, are called hard materials. We can't bend easily. We cannot bend, or we cannot cut it. Easily we cannot cut it. It cannot be compressed also or scratched. So these materials are called as hard materials. For example, we can see brick, bone and steel. So in that example we have seen here the steel. Okay, steel we cannot cut it easily with a knife, or that much it is not easy to cut, right? So it cannot easily bend. Cannot be easily bent or scratched. On the brick, cannot be easily broken. And a bone is very strong, it cannot be easily, they are not telling we cannot cut it, but it cannot be easily cut it. Cannot be easily cut it, or it cannot be easily bent. It cannot easily bend or scratched. So those materials are called as hard materials. Next we'll see about the soft materials. Soft materials, then what it will be? The materials which can be easily compressed, cut, bend or scratch are called soft materials. Like a skin, for example, if you see. So our skin can be easily cut, right? And we can easily bend. For example, it is foam, clay and skin. Foam, you can see, easily we can bend it, cut it. Clay, easily, it is very soft, we can easily bend it and we can make some of the things in that, like doll or something. So here this is example for foam, clay and skin are the example of soft materials. Next we'll shiny and dull materials. So what is a shiny material? Shiny material means materials which reflect the light well. So the material in which the light enters easily, can enter easily, called as shiny materials. For example, we can say as gold, stainless steel and diamond. In that the light can easily be reflected, or easily it can pass through, reflect, it can reflect the light. Whereas if you see the dull materials, in that the light does not passes through or reflect the light well, can be a dull materials. So example we can say is candle, paper and jute bag. So in that it will not reflect the light. In that it will not reflect the light well. So that we call as a dull material. So shiny material in which the light is reflected. So it reflects the light well. Whereas in the dull material, the light will not be reflected. Example we saw for shiny is gold or diamond. In that light will be reflected. Whereas we saw for dull material, candle, paper and jute bag. In that the light will not be reflected. So here we go see rough and smooth materials. So rough is material which have ups and downs on their surface. So in the material, if you see, there will be some, you can see this is an example of rough material. There will be ups and down on the surface. It will not be very smooth. Okay, it will be having more ups and downs on the surface. So they called as rough material. Example is brick, rock and tire. In brick also, if there will be many ups and downs. It will not be smooth. In rocks, it will not be in a shape. You can see in the rock, right? It will not be very smooth. It will be very rough if we handle a rock. So the ups and downs on, there will be ups and downs on their surface. Whereas if you see the smooth materials, the material does not have ups and downs on their surface. You can say for example as mirror. You can see the mirror, it is very smooth. It's not like tire. You can see the tire for example. It is having more ups and downs. And whereas if you see the mirror, it is very smooth. So there won't be any ups and downs. Example is mirror, silk cloth and tiles. If you see the tiles also, there won't be any ups and downs. It will be very smooth. In silk cloth, if you see, it will be very smooth. Next we'll see flexible and rich materials. So what is a flexible? Name itself you can say. Flexible means which can be stretched or which can be bent easily. So material which can be bent or stretched easily. So flexible. Like a rubber band. Example is a rubber band or electric wire or cycle tube which can be bent or stretched easily. Right. So if you see our example for rubber band, if you stretch it, it will be easily stretched. Right. And easily it can be bent also. So that materials are called flexible materials. Then whereas if you see rich materials, they cannot be bent or stretched. You can see example is wooden scale, a stick. It cannot be bent easily. It can be broken, but it cannot bend. Right? It cannot be bent easily. It cannot be stretched also. You cannot stretch the wooden scale. And a stone, cannot bend it, we cannot stretch it. So that material is called as a rich material. Then we are seeing the waterproof materials. Name itself you can identify. Waterproof materials means where water will not pass through. It will not, does not allow water to pass through them. So waterproof. Many waterproof materials like we can also say main example, most example is what? You can use a raincoat. You tell a raincoat. Raincoat, water will not pass through. For that only we are wearing a raincoat during a rainy time. Why we are wearing? Because the water will not come inside us. The raincoat will not allow the water to pass through them. So will not get wet. Same way umbrellas. We are using umbrellas, right? There what they will use? In umbrellas if you see, it will not, water will not get inside to that, right? So example is raincoat, aluminium foil of tablet strips. You can see in tablet strips are there, right? There will be an aluminium foil so that even the if it is get wet, it will not be spoiled because the tablets will not get spoiled. So that is a example of waterproof materials. Thank you students. I will see you in another session.